Hi, I just wanted to give you guys an update that I have been trying to fix my technology, so I'm hoping this streams live correctly because I was tired of the glitches and that's why I have not been present on YouTube. But if anyone is available, I will wait. It's 2:30 in the morning, Perth WA time, so I've literally been on the go trying to fix all the technology like a loco, and it feels like bloody Mercury retrograde. So, what time is it in America? I did check the time and I was like, yeah, maybe people would be around. Hi, Heather. Now, is it streaming correctly? Is there no glitches? Hey, Jen. Like, seriously, I bought a phone and then the phone didn't work, and then I had to buy a camera and then the camera didn't work. And then I went, you know what, Yildiz, just reboot your phone and it's perfect. Yes, I know. It's like I've set up, so I'm all ready to go, and I've got different little rooms. So yes, it might be 2:30 in the bloody morning, but yeah. About time, right? Well, I'll wait for a few people to come on and then I can give you guys an update. I have been meaning to, but the glitches was driving me crazy. The tablet I bought is absolutely useless, so it's become a TV remote control, so to speak. But other than that, I have got a list of new technology that I will be getting. You'll have to bear with me on that one. Now, I have been receiving a few emails in relation to the energy, and obviously due to technology was unable to get on here live. So apologies. I haven't forgotten you guys. I have been looking at YouTube here and there while I've been trying to fix my technology. And especially with the emails I've been getting, a lot of people yeah, it's new. I've updated it, so it's working well now because I've updated the app on the phone. A lot of people have been messaging me and feeling quite triggered. A lot of people are wondering why this is. Look, and some of you, I've kind of noticed that within, collective energy. Now, when it comes down to the non-twin, a lot of us are feeling that the non-twin is not feeling an aspect of a purge. Yeah, well, at 2:30 in the morning, I hope you catch me live. Now, okay, what I need you guys to understand is collectively, we are all doing it in different shapes and forms. I had a discussion with a dear friend in relation to it, and obviously certain individuals going through the awakening are going to be going through different ebbs and flows. And I have noticed that there has been groups that have been kind of branching off, and that's probably because they're different waves that are going through different cycles and transformations. And this is sort of the reason why, but a lot of us have been purging a great deal of ego. So we can be getting very frustrated. We can feel like, we really do want to start moving. And that is connected to some of the planets going direct and some of them, in the shadow period at the moment. Now, like I said, I want to do a moon clearing video. I'm dealing with all the tools that I'm going to create. So if you saw the paperwork behind me, it's ready to go. It's just the technology that was an issue. Different people are purging in different ways. Sometimes, it'll look like you're fine. And many groups, it may look like they're okay and you'll be fine, and then it will come out of nowhere. Other groups, because they're busy and they're applying their energy, they're finding it a bit more manageable. Now, many of us are getting tired. Many of us are either going in ebbs and flows of hungry to just don't want to eat. I know for me personally, I've always really been the type that would eat, healthy food regardless. But what I'm finding is even, at the lower ratio, meat is becoming quite problematic for me. So even chicken and fish, it's like, no, just can't do it. It's completely vegetarian at the moment. So, You know, don't be surprised if you go off your food. If you're feeling like, you know, you want to eat a particular food group, go with that. Try and have liquids to detoxify your body. And again, gauge your sleeping patterns, because a lot of you are finding it very hard to sleep at the moment. Look at me, it's 2:30 in the morning and I'm wide awake. And I'm figuring I might as well stay awake and just go for my walk first thing in the morning and then just keep going. Theoretically, it's first thing in the morning anyway. So with the energy, try and work with it. If you've got the energy and you need to apply your life to something, try and do that. When you're getting really triggered, do take note, because you might go in ebbs and flows of really needing to rest. A lot of us that are trying to get things off the ground, because of our fatigue, it has been quite difficult. So again, it's going to go in ebbs and flows. Try not to panic. Look at it more as a process in anything in the 3D you're dealing with right now, and try and get to a point where you get like a chart, a notepad. You can itemize what you're needing to do, simplify it down. You know, because if you're trying to do too many things at once, what you're going to find is it's going to become really problematic. So get to a point where if there's tasks you can give to somebody else, give them. Don't overburden yourself, so to speak, because you will find it complicated. It's going to become, you'll almost have that aspect of a mental breakdown in your mind, to the point you're going, oh my God, yeah, I've got to do this. I need to gain money. How am I going to apply this energy? And it's just very overwhelming, and it's really emotionally triggering a lot of feminines, especially because you guys have gone to the point where, you know, you've really had to pick up your hearts. You've had to, you know, organize your home, get your finances back on track. Many of you have had to manifest in new homes, new positions. So try and go easy on yourselves in that aspect. We are going through a great deal of a transformation. A lot of us are getting very frustrated. It is a lot. We do have a masculine energy coming through, you know, and we're balancing our aspect of our masculine energy inside us. So again, go easy on yourself and understand it is a process and it's moving. Regardless, we are going to have Venus in shadow period, then going retrograde, and this is moving all the way through to the end of the year. So we're really going to be deciphering between what we're passionate with, what we want, be it in a relationship, with our friendship, home-based energy as well, and certain zodiac signs will be triggered more so. Now, to my belief, Libran, Scorpio and Taurus are the ones that are going to be going through a different aspect of a transformation, but the other signs, regardless, will still be going through that energy, and that could actually be your rising sign as well. Regardless, you know, certain air signs have really gone through a mass transformation. So again, you know, in ebbs and flows of how you feel with that aspect of the transformation is really going to dictate how your week goes. And I mean, even to look ahead a week at this point is quite difficult. So again, if you do sort of look to the point where you're just itemizing what you need to do and not getting overwhelmed by it, and try and put one foot in front of the other, you're actually going to get that momentum happening. What else do I need to update you guys with? But don't think for a second that because another person who is looking very calm in that energy that they're not purging. You know, you've got to realize, guys, that you guys as empaths, yeah, don't forget to hit the like button, guys, because then the video gets shared and other people can get this information. So it's not for me, it's for, you know, us to actually have this information to help us through this process. Hi, Dari, how are you, love? So, you know, when it comes down to it, if you can be organized, you're going to find you're going to get the movement happening. The other thing I was going to say is, that you guys will literally go through a mass purge prior to the collective. So, you know, sometimes you're thinking, gosh, am I going crazy? What is going on? You know, a spiritual awakening is a very large thing to go through. Plus, on top of it, we had most of the year in retrograde. So, again, you need to just, if you're getting into that aspect of energy, perhaps pause and look back and see how far you've come. You know, try and have gratitude for the amount of transformation you've physically gone through, for the amount of healing you've achieved. you know, to try and look and see that you actually have progressed forward. Now, when it comes to the energy of the twin, I feel it's almost like you need to check in with yourselves at the moment. And the reason I'm saying that is your 3D life is going to dictate what is going on. It's going to give you a signal. Now, some of you may be having energies of throwing things away. And again, as I said, I'm feeling different energies of pockets. So there's different pockets and different groups of the twin collective. Regardless, collectively, we will be doing this in ebbs and flows, but many twins in a particular group are going to start throwing things out and almost pressing the reset button to a point that you're preparing. Now, that in itself is giving you an aha moment that something's coming, okay? Yeah, so how many of you have actually been throwing things out, preparing, organizing, and regrouping? In what group do you feel, you know, do you feel you're doing this? You'll get the cues from your life. I mean, for me personally in my life, I've been very in tune to that. So you make me laugh, Stefan. I was looking for something yesterday and cleaning a purge within the home. And I was looking for this one item, and for the life of me, I couldn't find it. It literally went into a complete clean purge of the home, every drawer, every cupboard. Giggle was on the phone to me and she was like, Yildiz, are you going to sit down? And I went, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And it was like, seriously, it was a mass clean. And I'm still going now. So that was, for me, that was yesterday. So yeah, I've been going all day through to 2:30. So, you know, don't be surprised if you do that. But directly speaking, when something like that happens, it is sort of like an aspect of an aha moment. It's your intuition telling you something's going to change. Now, that could be in your physical life or within your connection, but regardless, there is a transformation happening and you need to be prepared for it. So follow the cues as to what you're sensing. If you're guided to do something, you also need to follow that intuition too. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to pull some cards because I know you guys are feeling, look, some of you are almost feeling like it's more your 3D life at the moment is getting to you. A lot of you are also sort of like in that aspect of anger. Like some of you are really getting a great deal of agitation and anger. My energy of that frequency probably came through about 2-3 weeks ago. And generally what you'll find is, especially the people on YouTube, try and bear with them because the ones that are at that point, and look, it's not to say we're more enlightened. Receptives and intuitives that are psychic are going to sense that vibration at a different level, especially when we're doing readings. We're transmuting that energy from you into us. So it's not just us physically having a purge. We're actually assisting you guys to purge too. So we're kind of dissolving that through ourselves and releasing it. So at times we can come across as not quite grounded, if you get what I'm saying. So try and be patient with the people on YouTube because I know we are all going through it at the moment. If something directly doesn't relate to you, especially during this period at the moment, I would very much just click off and leave it be. We're definitely shedding. But there are transformations coming. But there are definitely people that are feeling very triggered, very overwhelmed. Some are actually feeling direct anger towards their connection of, oh my God, what am I doing? You know, do I go left? Do I go right? You know, is this even real? And it's funny, I started doing the videos, you know, to do the work. Now, in that, looking at the aspect of codependency, all the other aspects, how to regain the trust within your intuition. Collectively, if you look through channels, a lot of twin flame readers are actually starting to release videos connected to codependency. I actually found that really interesting. So I'd say collectively, a lot of us are actually questioning if the twin flame journey is really real. Now, in saying that, I did have a realization connected to something more from the 3D of what I've personally experienced. And, you know, many people can go, oh my gosh, you know, yes, it's an energy you hold within the beginning stage of it and you purge it as you go through. But what you will find is your frequency would not have been like that with anybody else. So that kind of splits that, where it gives you the clarity that it's not that aspect, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. I'll answer some questions after the reading. Oh, that one wanted to come out. Okay. Okay, at the moment, twin flames, you guys at the moment are having a realization that the relationship with self is as important as the relationship with the connection. And, you know, there is a lot of sacral chakra coming through where, you know, it can be gut ailments and things like that as well. Try and get to the source of the problem at the moment with any ailments. It may be that you're physically purging areas within the chakras of old energy. Some people have almost felt anger connected to certain energies that they've been purging. Now, the way to, especially when you've already purged something, it can be very disheartening because you're thinking, do I have to keep reliving this? What you need to understand is if you're going back there to an old energy, deciphering what it is, and then grasping that you're there to gain perspective alone, not to live there. And then by look at it from a bird's eye view where you can physically take the tools with you and then release it and let it go. But see, the ego at the moment is telling some of us, oh, I don't like that frequency that's coming with me. And it's the fear of the unknown, because we're sort of in that mode, purging the ego. We're going back, but we're also bouncing forward and we can't really see what's coming. So it makes it very scary to go, hey, you know, on top of the purging that we've had, on top of the rebuild we've had to have, what on earth is coming through? Okay. There you go. You have the power to redirect your thoughts. So try and turn the fear into alchemy. Use the rather than a wall that you're building around yourself, because it's ego-based energy. So just realize that what it is it's a past tense energy. It cannot hurt you. It's an old energy. When the frequency is coming through, it's because it needs to purge. Go with it and let it get out. But don't get to the point that you're getting back into that, sounds horrible, victim mode. Victim mode, in a way, we all go through it. But there's two types, right? When we are in that frequency, it's not to say nothing has happened to us. It has, because we're feeling that frequency. It's rather, if we remain there, we're owning it, that's what defines us. Okay, so especially with the video I did the other day, because I haven't completed the other ones, I don't want people to misinterpret. When we're in the aspect of the fear-based energy of the ego, and we're in the, what was I saying? What was the word I used before giggle? Not fair. Regardless, we're owning that like it's a permanent energy. If you own it as a permanent energy, then it will become a permanent energy, because the ego is telling you you have no power. On the other side of it, if you're using it as a tool, what you can do is you can take that with you, and it's going to be a very temporary energy. So you're actually getting something out of reliving that kind of frequency. So use it in that way over thinking that, oh my gosh, this always happens to me. The victim energy comes to us as a tool. If we hold it, we're saying we have no power, and we know that's not true. When we're in that lower frequency, yes, we feel that way, but it is temporary. Again, very heavily focus on what you want. Now, unfortunately, when we are purging, it is extremely difficult to manifest. But if you take it a step at a time, know that at the moment, maybe we're not meant to manifest. Maybe an aspect of that has been ego-based as well, and that universe has something in mind for us, and that aspect of it, maybe we need to take some pressure off our shoulders. Try and trust in it. Sometimes it's a bit like you're not supposed to go to work, so your car breaks down, but you woke up sick and you said to yourself, oh, I should do the right thing, I'll go to work, and then the car breaks down, and it's like universe is saying, maybe you should have stayed in bed. Okay, so trust when doors close, it doesn't mean no. Trust that it is divinely guided. I've ended up with the best houses when I've had the crappiest time in life and thought, am I meant to be here forever? And that was years ago. I was staying with my family. And sure enough, I got the best area, and it was the cheapest house in the entire suburb. And it was right near the water. So trust that universe will give you what you're needing. The block is really triggering you though. So don't, especially when you're in that frequency, don't try and manifest, because you're probably going to manifest something pretty crappy. Okay, now you can practice abundance, which is changing your frequency. Try and change your frequency to a point where you know that this is coming. That's all you need to do. At that point, just know it is. Do the work of what you need to do in your life. Even if it gets to a point you're just doing a list and you're writing down one task a day, it's still one step closer than you were before. And the other one's on the floor and my foot's dead. Oh. Okay, every relationship is formed internally. So you know it within your core. You do know. Especially when you get to the point you're saying, who's my soulmate, who's my twin flame? You really do. Sometimes the ego tells us it would be easier because it's in energy perhaps we don't want to confront. As long as we're focusing the energy back onto ourselves, we can balance the situation out. Okay. And exactly what I was saying. If you're launching all those negative energies out there, my twins are not coming. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? These frequencies are going to cause dilemmas. So try not to. Your internet does. Is it you? Can't be mine. Surely not mine. Don't be telling me that. Be careful what you're putting out there. If, like I said, we're in victim mode, it's okay to be there. Just don't live there. Be in it to heal and understand. When we hear the aspect of the when we hear the aspect of, how do I put it, victim mode, it's not that that's a bad thing. We're humans. We feel an emotion of what somebody has triggered in us, right? So by experiencing that, you can heal, okay? But by living there, you're too good for that. Your life is worth more than that frequency. So totally understandable. We've all been there, but try and work through that pain so you can get out of it, or you will get out of it. Trust the process. Okay. Connected to that, it must be a commonality, because this is really a story that's coming through. The vibration will change. Nothing ever stays the same forever. So, especially when we're saying, my God, is this ever going to change? Yes, it is. Nothing ever stays the same. Trust in the fact that transformations are happening. Things are changing. Hi, Goofy. And this is the energy between the two of you, you know, in both of your lives, masculine or feminine, or as you, you know, as both energies, you know, things are changing. Now, if you are cooperating with what you're needing to do in your 3D life, energy and movement will happen. You can pay attention to the signs around you, and that's going to give you an aha of what's going on. The law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships. So if you guys are in alignment, it is going to happen, okay? It is going to happen. It doesn't matter about another person's journey and where it's going. You know, many times when I would tell my story, people will be like, oh my God, that long? My story is not your story. It can match similar frequencies. And yes, I've gained perspective from a varying view, really, for the time frame in my journey. But, you know, it's not to say your story is going to be the same. So even if a person has come into reunion, they may still have work. So, you know, keep grounded. You know, you could be on the cusp of going into union. So try not to get triggered by another person's journey. Okay, I will not try to control the uncontrollable. Go with the flow. And this energy is more to do with your 3D life at the moment, I feel. I don't think it has anything to do with your twin. Both sides, I feel, you're trying to get things done on your 3D. You're really trying to get things done. And because of the frequency you guys are feeling, you're going back into that old frequency, which was, oh my gosh, where's my twin? Can't my twin come and save me? And it isn't you want them to do that. It's the comfort. Do you know what I mean? It's the comfort to make you feel that you have that person there to say it's going to be okay. Just put a moustache on me. It'll be okay. Okay? Okay, the laws of the universe are listening to what you're needing. They know it's changing. Now, the masculine energy is aware that right now, rather than seeking cures, I'll address the vibrational cause. Very interesting. So they're dealing with the root cause of those situations. Now, I'm seeing a few energies with this. I will pull clarifiers on both sides, you know, to gain more insight into it. I'm seeing the masculine dealing with any trigger points that they've avoided for a very long time. Now, look, it's not to say that they hadn't been dealing with these things. It may be they were still in the process of dealing with those things, but had not elaborated upon it. Many of you will know that they are dealing with certain dynamics, and I feel it's emotional related. I'm seeing many of them wanting quiet time. So if you're not in communication with them, it is because at a 3D level, they are meditating upon how to, okay, I'm being shown not how to, they want to come after they've purged. They don't want to come to you in that frequency because they know the same cycle will happen. A situation that they're healing over has absolutely nothing to do with you at this point. And, you know, for those of you who do have your twin in the karmic relationship, it's got nothing to do with that person either. This is a very separate energy. It's an energy that they've kept very close to their chest that they haven't actually communicated to anybody. So they're dealing with that process emotionally and spiritually so that they can come correct. And when I say correct, it's not that they're incorrect, it's that they're feeling not as grounded. I do see them meditating a lot more. So don't take it personal if they need to retreat, but I see them sitting there very quietly. For some of you, I don't even see them with anybody around them at the moment. They are very nervous. And again, all body related. I'm feeling it's health related. It's emotional, physical, and spiritual. So you are the only one who creates in your experience. No one else. Everything that comes to you comes by the power of your thoughts. If there are changes you would like to make, it will be of great value to begin telling a different story, not only about your body, but about all subjects that have been troubling you. I'm saying that they made a sacrifice, okay? And this did occur to me when I was doing a few readings yesterday. A couple of the energies I tuned into with the masculines within this group and this card, they actually, in some way or form, you will know after the fact, have done you a favor. Now, it didn't look like it in the way it came about, but there's more to the story. It's very separate energy. I'm seeing they vibrationally knew that they weren't correct in their own spirituality, in their own feeling grounded, and they didn't feel equal. They didn't feel a vibrational match. So they needed to go. They wanted to go because they saw the bigger picture. And this is where I always say, you know, a lot of us are saying they haven't woken up yet. They're not spiritual. On a verbal level, no. But in the way they deal with their 3D life, yes. So, you know, and especially when you look at the way they really do deal with their life, it is very 3D. It's in their heads, yes. But feminines are very 5D. Masculines are very 3D. That's not to say it's wrong. That can help with the yin and yang. But perhaps we need to use the energy right now, and that's why we're feeling so horrible, is the fact that we're very 3D right now. I feel they are having to really look at their body image, look at the way they feel about themselves spiritually, so that they can actually cope with how to come to you correct. But they're planting something, in a sense, to move towards you correctly. It's almost like Jack and the Beanstalk. I mean, look at the card. It's like the hand on the cross, but it's also like, you know, heart chakra, what they're planting to try and climb to you, to come to you correct. And when I say correct, it is not a judgment. It's their opinion of what they're feeling they want to do. Both ease and disease are symptoms of my balance of thoughts. So they're looking at their shadow side, okay? They're wanting to get to a point where they remove that, because, again, they don't want to come that way. It's a commonality that's coming through in this reading. My every thought is vibrating, and my vibrating thoughts are attracting. So they're actually realizing that some of these situations they've directly created. And again, I'm seeing almost like the choices card, you know, where they've got the cups in the background. They've had all these choices that they made, but there was one that was here. And it's funny because, you know, when I was talking to Giggle, we were talking about the aspect of love. Love doesn't think, love feels. So that's why when we are an ego, what we've done is actually blocked the heart chakra. Love isn't a mental process. Mental process is rational. Okay? So, what was that? Has Giggle got a job cut out for her tonight? Okay. Okay. Okay, feminines, you guys are going back over old fears. And it can be, look, whoever holds the feminine energy. We both do. The initial runners. No, the initial chasers. You know what I'm talking about. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm focusing on the cards. Come on. Okay. What's in your head is past tense experiences, okay? Past tense experiences of what transpired. You know, it can be the way in which it ended or the way it came about, or, you know, will they go after somebody else? This is in your mind. Do I stay or do I go? Is this going to keep repeating? Is it going to change? Is this a codependent relationship? Am I with a narcissist? Do you know what I mean? When we're getting in that frame, try and keep out of your heads, okay? Just try and keep out of your heads and don't get too triggered. It could even be a very old energy where it's just past tense hurts. It doesn't have to be directly connected to that. It's just old energies and memories. It can even be connected to other people if you've had relationships, you know, and there's been, you know, infidelities or something go on to that degree where it's really caused a trigger in you. And, you know, especially when we get to that place where we're thinking, gosh, are we repeating cycles all the time? And that very much is when we're getting into that reality set. We don't want to own the vibration of that victim frequency because we can then constantly attract that. And yes, we will remain in that frequency because we're feeling, God, you know, when's this going to change? There is a karmic end and there is a change, and it's you purging it. It's you releasing it to a point it doesn't define you anymore. You can't break a person who's broken, okay? So don't look at it as a negative. Look at it as a positive. Something has gone. They can't take it from you anymore. Heal it. You're new. You're new today. It's going to be different tomorrow. And I know it doesn't feel that way, but each day we're getting better. Okay, definitely some aspect of betrayal you're meditating on. This is a lot of meditation, guys. A lot of thinking of this old energy and a lot of getting to the point where it's really triggering a lot. So I feel you guys feel you're losing the battle. Okay, you're losing the battle and you're going, are we ever going to get this? Are we ever going to get our justice? Is this like a, you know, a karmic contract that we can end? How do we get out of that old frequency? When's it going to bounce? Now their energy in their reflective mode, they feel they're having crappy ass luck. Shitty luck. They're delayed, as I said. Now they are meditating upon you. They are delayed though. They're thinking that they were bad luck. That's why they removed themselves. Part of it is they're going through that aspect where they're incredibly fatigued as well, and they're trying to get that energy to move. So a lot of us are thinking, gosh, you know, where is the twin? What is happening? Why aren't they moving? Check your own frequency. Your frequency will match your twins. Now, if you're very fatigued, damn straight are they going to be. Even if they're saying something, it's not always in alignment with reality. They're also thinking about this of what they need to change. This is in their mind. This is at the heart of the matter. They're like, this has to change. And they're looking at it, they're in it, and they're like, this has to change. They know they have made poor choices. They're thinking about the past, and this is connected to you guys and the way it was before everything went pear-shaped. In their life, they feel it's always been that way. They do know they have to make some choices, though, and they do feel they picked the incorrect one. It's coming from a fear-based energy of you being taken. So it's far riskier to, how do I put it? they almost feel as though it is safer to lose you than for you to walk away. Okay? So, but now they're sort of going, I think I picked wrong. So it's like they were in this fear-based energy of, oh God, you know, they were neglected in life, okay? Something didn't go according to plan. They got into an old habit which made them stuck in their life. Now, they felt they deserved that frequency. They felt that that was their life. That was what they were deserving of, so that's all they would ever have. And then you come along and they were like, oh, crap, you know, this is where I am. Yeah, I've made really bad choices. I can't have you. We don't fit. I can't have you. And they're like, yeah, I have been lazy to understand this, but this is where I've been. Whoops. Bear with me. Okay. If anything has transpired between you at a lower frequency, which 90% of us has, don't be surprised if you do get some communication, okay? So where they're thinking about these situations being really bad luck, that there were enemies around them, they were trying to protect you, but they were their own worst enemy. They're also realizing that with this situation, with them being stuck, it's all a lie. They're not stuck. It's that fake entrapment. They know the truth deep down, okay? So they're lying to themselves as well as lying to you, because they can't lie to themselves. They know it. They're just not transmuting it. Now, even though they're not doing anything at the moment because they're feeling exhausted, they're stuck on working out how to get everything together. But again, I'll pull another one on that, because I still feel with that card that it is very much their fatigue connected to the journey. A lot of us are going to have that oomph coming, but we do need to really pace ourselves when we start moving. Now, they are taking the mature energy on, okay? They're not looking at it from a child immature point of view. It is very much, you know, and for some of you, it might be their kids moved away, or something, a split in the family happened, something connected to children, and it's affected them. So it's affected them emotionally, spiritually, physically. But many of them, their childhood has done that, and they're getting to a point where they're transforming, okay? Now, this energy of where they're at, it can also be their direct passion and connection to you at an addictive level. But any frequencies that they're physically needing to purge, it did bring them joy. That's why they remained in it. But they are going to communicate, and they may be communicating about why that was present in the connection. Your cell phone died. Now, although they've had many options, right? They've had many people come towards them, and it's this person, for some of them in particular, this person might have been taken from them. Now, this could be a past tense energy of somebody that they had a mild connection to, and in their romantic life, it was taken from them. It doesn't even have to be at a romantic level. It can be a parent figure that they were taken, or they were not present in some shape or form, mother or father, however it goes. But because of that, it's like they were trying to fill that void, fill it with another person, and you perhaps were similar, but they didn't want to risk. And it has created a mental prison for them. Some of them, I feel, may have other suitors around them, but they're not interested. If they did move on with a person, it's coming to an end. Now let's see what's changing for them spiritually. And then we need to look at what's going on with us. Otherwise, we're just being stalkers. Right? Wow. Okay, they're understanding about the connection. Okay, they're really understanding about this connection. They realize it's part of their spiritual path. They realize there is an aspect of something within their life and they need to move along it. It can be all the things they've gone through. They're realizing there's lessons in the blessings. And they are looking at the darker aspects of things that was part of their path that they had with them that perhaps they're needing to let go of. They will have gratitude when this transforms. And this can be them going through the actual awakening. There's no... Okay, interesting. They're going to be very busy. After this transpires, I feel they're not going to have time to sit. It's going to be very busy. It'll be go, go, go. It won't be communication during that time, and I feel that's the second week. Your frequency is going to change a bit, and they're going to feel a bit imbalanced because they're trying to get the balance back. So that's positive. I'm not feeling it to be a negative thing. It's like they're in a rush. So it may be a job comes in or a move of a house or something to that degree, but their frequency changes and it's different. Just because it says communication in reverse, it could be a text message, an email. Doesn't mean you won't have communication. You may see them physically in person. Okay, feminines, what's going on in your world? Is there a hint? You need to love yourselves a bit more, guys. Okay, you're being too hard on yourselves. Try and find that. Even in the old energy, when we're moving through it and we're remembering some of the yuck, try and go back to that frequency. Try and turn it around, okay? Try and have the happy memories to keep you going. Okay, there is transformation coming. It is moving. Transformation. There you go. Double whammy. Own your worth. If you need to do something to change your frequency, go for a walk. Okay? Do something that is going to make you feel great about yourself. Eat food that is going to make you feel happy. Do things that just change your frequency. If it means a nap, have a nap. Okay, you're not moving on. Now, that can be the physical frequency at the moment of where you're at or from twin. So it depends on how it directly relates to you. This is a general reading. Any questions? Please hit the like button so the video shares. Hi, Joyce. How are you? So I hope this helped at my time, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't even know what time it is. How are you doing, Chris, anyway? Yes, they're my candles. I have my shop products there. Yes. And I've got a little new backdrop. Yes. Yes, I do twin flame candles. Not many people know. So it was Giggle who said to me, put your candles up. So I've got my candles up. I've got bath salts, twin flame candles for meditation and protection. So yes, they're on the website. Bath salts, smudge sticks, candles. Any questions? Yeah, well, I couldn't sleep. I was trying to get all the technology fixed. They are. They are all organic, natural soy candles, yes, and the aroma is very nice. I will be doing a video on the products at some stage, and I can put it up so you guys can actually see the products, but they're on the website anyway. Any questions? Oh, great minds think alike. She's my PR. I use them when I am getting triggered. They have frankincense, sandalwood, and myrrh. What is the other ingredients? Rose. For the heart chakra. So it's the masculine aspects of the oils, as well as the feminine, as well as the white for the clarity. So it's pink, black, and white. I usually use them with the smudge stick to clear my energy, to keep me sane. There you go. And the bath salts. Any questions before I pretend to go to bed and have a coffee? The packaging was very expensive. Only the best. It has velvet in the box. Cool. Ooh. Possibility, Jenny. Possibility. We do have more luck coming at the moment. See, especially since we're in that shadow period, they might go, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Turkish coffee. I don't know if I look that good. I don't feel so, well, I don't feel so bad. I am the type of person that cannot, I don't know. It's on the website. It's usually because the weight is actually quite heavy. I'm trying to find another shipping provider, but if you go past a certain point, it's free shipping. It's on the website, Dale. Otherwise, inbox me and I can find a carrier to post them. Hi, love. How are you? Come through. So, any questions, guys? Have you been having anything you've been struggling with that you'd like me to make a video on? Don't forget at the 10th to meditate, you know, and try and do some releasing. You might have some trigger points on the 10th. I'm still saying the 24th and the 26th being a very important time. So but if you're getting things done, it's follow your intuition. Definitely follow your intuition. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. And thank God that the video worked. I'm so happy. I had to reboot my phone. Yes, they have been. Yeah, a lot of the dreams, it depends on what's coming through. There's various styles of dreams. Some have been quite horrific from a point of view of frightened. Others have been almost communication through the dreams. What's that, love? Yeah, I listened to a reading the other day and they were talking about the fact that Librans had, you know, it was several channels were saying it, that Librans had an energy of someone watching them or someone that was going to do something to hurt them. And I was like, what's new? What's new? I think Librans have got used to it by now. So, yeah. Yeah, very much so. Really, Chris? Interesting. Yes, there is a very large energy of almost people watching you. Follow your intuition with it. It can be twin, but I do feel, you know, energies in general. Nothing wrong with that. Death actually means rebirth. Then don't make any. Is it necessary to make a decision right now? This is one of the hardest years to have a relationship, I'll be completely honest, and I was talking to a couple of friends about that today. It's not that you can't have relationships, it's the fact that in the purging frequency, it's so hard to have to answer to another person without them getting triggered. So, you know, if you have a very solid relationship and you're able to communicate that, then that's fine. But if you have a very unstable relationship, it's quite complicated. It's not to say you can't sort it after, but it has been a mass year of purging, mass year of transformation. We should be really proud of ourselves. I mean, I'm tired just thinking about it. Anyway, look after yourselves. If you're needing a booking, you can go to the link. I'm also going to open up this Saturday. Generally, I don't open up Saturdays for readings apart from emails, videos. So I'm going to open up this weekend. So if any of you are wanting readings this weekend, or I think my Friday is a day behind you. So I may do one Friday night and Saturday and Sunday. So if anyone is wanting that, leave it till tomorrow morning for me and I'll change it. Otherwise, inbox me and I can open it up. Now, as for credit card payments, I did have credit card payments on there, but a lot of people that were booking readings, their cards were bouncing and the account was not updating me. So I have removed it, but if you do want to place a booking via credit card, I can do that, but it needs to be through me, and then we can wait till the funds clear, then we can have your booking done. So if you are wanting that, just make contact with me and I'll see what I can do. Otherwise, thank you for hitting the like button and commenting, guys. Most appreciated. And look after yourselves.